All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Mind Your Money. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you can hear me. And I hope that as you come in, you realize that this is not a channel where we're all about perfection. We're about progress. We're about sharing our on yours. So I am going to be talking about budgeting from the foundational reasons why we do it, and if it's important to you, why is it important to you. I want us to be able to share with each other. So while you are coming in, please let me know what you're doing, where you're watching from, what you're eating for lunch. Those are the things I want to know. And if you're watching this live stream or my channel for the very first time, hi and welcome. My name is Tasha. I am a wife of one amazing husband, a mother of three amazing boys, and we are on a budget here with you. But every Thursday, we have a live where we talk about various topics. We talk about everything related to personal finance, more specifically focused on budgeting. And today's live stream is just a quick chat about budgeting in general. Do we really need a budget? Is it going to help us? And how can it help us in our lives? So, as usual, if you are an OG, you've been here for a while, and if you are a member of the channel, you know that I live very close to, practically sitting on top of my router, my Wi-Fi, right up against it right now. So I'm hoping that we don't have any glitches with the live stream. But again, I live so close to an airport that sometimes it can go in and out a little bit. But I hope that you can still find something of value here while we hang out. And I'm going to shout out some people. I see Mandy is in the building. Hi, Mandy from Clark's on the Budgets. Thank you for showing up. I hope you're having a good Thursday so far. Sweetheart, I'm glad that you are here. And this is a name I have not seen before, Tiara Eason. Happy Friday Eve. I hope that you all are having a good day. Let me know what you're eating on for lunch. If it's not your lunchtime yet, what do you plan on eating for lunch? And again, forgive the, my appearance. Usually I'm more put together, but I do want to share this with you because I feel like it's good to have these consistent conversations. So I'm going to show up, whether sure somebody might get something from this, even if it's just to talk with each other in the comments, find some new people that you might want to support. And let's get right into it. Happy Thursday once again. I'm going to add this to the screen. This is a quick slide presentation so that we can talk about, I'm reading a comment, which is why I got distracted. Tasha, have you thought about moving your equipment for the internet and a central location broadcast the signal better? That's if you're able to. No, I'm not able to. And we don't have it upstairs where I am right now. But thank you for the tip. Thank you for that. No, I'm actually we have one level, and I'm practically sitting right in front of it. The thing is, when airplanes fly overhead, and for some reason, I don't know when flights are going out, but when it flies over, it tends to kind of mess with the live streaming. Any other thing else, like we stream videos, we stream movies, we stream music, and we never have a problem. But it's not until I use StreamYard to go live on Thursdays when sometimes I notice when I watch the replay that there's some things that I say that kind of it stalls. And I'm thinking about switching the platform itself. Instead of using StreamYard, use something different. Because one of the things I've noticed, and I think this is an issue when we're not using the paid version, it tends to lag behind. So that could be it too, because the internet itself is very strong. When I upload videos, it's very quick. When we're streaming videos, streaming live videos, streaming music, it works so quickly. But when it comes to like me actually going live, that's when there's sort of an issue. So when I can afford it, I think what I will do is switch to a paid version. And I don't know again if it's going to be StreamYard or if I'll use a different platform to stream from. Um, And I'm sorry if, this bothers some of you. I really don't mean to make this difficult for you to follow me. So I hope that I can get through this pretty easy. Hi, CB. God bless you. Okay. Oh, round two. Okay. I don't have anything right now, but hoping to figure out what I'm going to eat later because right now, just a whole lot going on with life being life. But we move on. Okay. So I was thinking about today's broadcast, and what I was reflecting on is when I started budgeting. And I'm going to share basically how I got started with it. I had my youngest son who's 3 now, and he was just a few months old, and my husband and I continue to have conversations about our situation and our money, how much are we saving, and all of that. And I realized where I was working at the time, I felt stuck in a cycle. It could have just been where I was working, but there were other things that were happening in my life. And I started watching One Big Happy Life. And one of the first few videos I remember watching was the videos where they talked about sinking funds. And I thought that's an awesome concept to save up for things that happen annually, semi-annually, every few months, whatever. I wanted to start doing that. I felt like they were so in control of their money, and I got inspired to look more into it. Then, after watching several of their videos, I mean, for months, almost a year and a half, I just watched the videos on YouTube. I found Elena from the Organized Money, and she had an adulting series. I think it was an Adulting 101. And she taught a lot about how from start to finish, and the half payment method, or how to save up for your bills to get a month ahead. And I felt like I was starstruck at the thought of being ahead of bills, of being so good with managing money. Because in all honesty, without the budget and without having a plan, it can be stressful even talking about money, because you feel like there's a lack. So after I went down that whole, I binge watched all of One Big Happy Life's videos. And the woman who, her and her husband, they run that channel, and they have their business. But she at one point was a single mother, and I could relate to that because at one point before my husband and I were married, I was a single person with a child before my marriage, and that I resonated with, because even when you don't make a lot of money, she still budgeted her money, and she was able to save thousands of dollars. So I realized that there's a certain amount of freedom that comes with budgeting, and it doesn't save your life. It can't. There's certain things it can't do. It's not like if everything in your life is going to go right if you do it, but there was definitely some differences when we started budgeting, because we were able to save more money. We knew exactly how much was coming in. We knew exactly how much needed to go out. So I was so thankful for One Happy Life. I was so thankful for Elena at the Organized Money. And then even from there, after a year and a half of watching all their videos and starting a budget, and getting our savings up and starting automatic transfers to get our savings built up, then I started my own channel in May of 2020. And I was so excited that I did that. Oh my gosh, let me pause. Jeanette. Oh my gosh, I'm so grateful. How are you? Thank you for showing up. Thank you for coming. I appreciate that. So when I started the channel, initially it was just like, I need a place to share what I'm doing with the community, because I didn't think I was getting that personally in my personal life. Now, I'm not one who has like a million friends and talks to everybody and does all the things. So I needed a place where I could actually share my budget and share what I've learned, so that other people could follow along. That was the only reason why I did it, for accountability and to be a part of a community, because I saw that that was a need I had. So I started YouTube, and I started doing my budgeting. And about 6 months or maybe 7 months into me sharing our budget on YouTube, I found Rochelle Adamson Budgets. I found a whole slew of people who were in the cash envelope system community. And then I was introduced to Dave Ramsey's system. And Dave Ramsey's system is really a very simple system. And I know it's very, very clear because I mean he's a billionaire. Is he a billionaire? I don't know, but he's very wealthy. And he basically, his testimony is he started with the cash envelope method. He started by paying down his debt. He took those baby steps, right? And I realized that's really great. But the concept that I pulled from his method and watching all of those cash envelope stuffers and stuffing videos was that you have to be not only organized with your money, but you need to have a consistent way of doing it where you can, one, make sure you have enough money saved, two, make sure you pay down your debt or pay off your debt, and then three, do that consistently. And then I think maybe a year or after being on YouTube, I found Mommy Trader. She started her channel and I started watching her, and I realized that investing is also a very important thing to do. And that's it, just kept my journey started to evolve. It started to mature, not evolve, but mature. And I started at, okay, now that we know how to create a budget and we know what our budget can do for us, paying down debt, getting rid of debt, saving up money, now we can start allocating money towards investing because we should be building wealth. And where did it all start? Where did all of the investments, where did being able to become debt free, where did having, a net worth that's higher than $900? Because when I first started, when I calculated our net worth for the very first time, we were at $9. And I shared that on the channel openly because I felt like there were a group of people who were inspired by it and also encouraged to do the same thing. And now that I look at it, budgeting is where it started. Increasing our net worth, saving more money, also being able to pay off the debt. I even, documented that journey here on YouTube. And again, it all started with budgeting. So do we really need a budget? I think we do. I think it helps. And I'm hoping what I'm sharing here is proof that it works. So 3 questions that came up to me when I started this presentation. How does it help me? Well, I think I shared a lot of that in the first 5 minutes of this video. Can I really be debt free? That's the second question. And the third question is, is financial freedom accessible? Because some people feel that, and I've heard this time and time again, I don't make enough money to budget. Or a budget is restricting, or a budget is basically for people who are broke, when that is far from the truth. Because you definitely need to budget if you want money to do something. You need to have a plan for it in order for you to reach that level of, let's say, debt repayment, because not everyone is on a debt-free journey. And some people who are might have a significant amount of debt that they're still climbing down, they're still getting rid of. So you can pay down debt, but you definitely need a plan to do it. And a budget is what that is. It's a plan for your money. And planning your money can also help you plan your life, because money is what we need to exchange for goods and services. We need money if we're going on vacation. We need money if we're starting a business. We need money if we're buying a house. We need money if we're going to visit family or help family. Whatever is going on in our lives, we definitely need a budget to help with that. So then I answered the question already, right? Yes, it can help. A budget is your say yes plan. The Budgetnista says that all the time. And if you don't know who the Budgetnista is, I don't know where you've been. Check out Tiffany and Alice, the Budgetnista. She is amazing. The Say Yes plan. It puts you in control of what your money is doing, where it needs to go, how you should be allocating your money, or telling your money, giving your money an assignment. I am so incredibly thankful that with a budget, I feel more in control over not just my life, but also how much of it I can live. So We live better now because we paid off our debt by using a budget. We live better now because we have saved up a significant amount of money and still working on it. Now we're like, saving is like second nature. Anytime you know a certain income is coming in, you know, we're going to give a portion of it and we're going to save some of it because we don't have to spend all of it. And how many people, let me know in the comments, how many people have before, maybe before you started a budget, or if you're not budgeting yet, how many people get their paycheck and you're ready to go to the mall or to eat or do something else? But now the first thing you think of when you get your paycheck is, how much can I save? How much can I pay on this debt? How much can I invest? Those things start to happen. It's a maturity that comes with it. Budgeting has helped me mature in more ways than one. It can lead to the same things I just mentioned. You can save more, you can get rid of more debt, you can have more fun in your life because you budget your fun money, your beauty money, you budget your date nights with your partner. You can do more things with it because now you are in control of it. Instead of your money telling you what to do, a budget is you telling your money what to do, right? And I know some of these for some of you in the comments, because I know you are avid budgeters already who watch me. And I'm so grateful for you. Honestly, I'm really grateful for you. I feel that you probably already know these things. Like, these are basic things. But if somebody watches this video and you have not started budgeting or having a hard time on your journey, or maybe you don't understand how it can really help you to your soul, like get you in a place where you feel confident about what to do with it, I hope this video helps you. When you are in control of your money, you have less stress and you can encourage others. You can help people around you. I know when I first started, one person commented under a video and said, well, I budgeted my head, so I kind of know how much my paycheck is. And then I just know, okay, well, I need the groceries and I probably need to put some gas in my car, and, you know, whatever else, I just deal with it. But sometimes bills come out unexpectedly, especially if you set up like an auto pay, or if you give your utility company, some utility companies, because it's happened to me, you give your utility company access to your account to make a payment. And if you're not paying attention, they go in and they take it on a different day than you were expecting. You can't really budget in your head because we are human. We forget. So the important thing is, have a plan written down or on your cell phone or in a Google Sheets document, somewhere where you can manage it. The simple thing that I did when I first got started, and it really opened up my eyes to how much I did not have any control or any, I want to say I wasn't mature enough to just let the money do whatever it want. Like, I wasn't mature. I didn't have a plan in place. I don't want anyone to think that start off with the most fancy planners and stickers and apps and all the things. I printed out my bank statements. I took a plain sheet of printer paper and I wrote out a budget. I shared it with my husband, and from then we have been going in. We paid off all of my student loans. We paid off the credit card debt we had back in 2020, in February of 2020, and we paid off the loans in August of 2021 because we were consistently doing it, and not because I had this that I have now or I had these set of envelopes. It was pretty much just being consistent and dedicated to creating the budget and sticking to the budget and creating a plan every single week and every single month, because we get paid every week. This is why we do it every week. So it gives you more freedom and it puts you in control. After the first few months of it being really hard to stick to it, it got easier. And that's why I believe everyone needs a budget. Now, what do you guys think? Because I appreciate your feedback. I was the same. I wanted to go spend the money. Now I set my budget out, budget out my income before we do anything. And that's important too. I remember waiting to budget until I knew how much the paycheck was going to be, and then I would sit down and budget it out. But one thing I've learned over these past 4 years is that you should plan the budget ahead of time. And right now, that's what I do. And I've been doing it that way for a very long time. Budget a week before the payday, or at least a few days before, like 5 or 6 days before. Sit down, write out a budget. And then if you're wondering, well, my pay is variable, or I don't know how much I'm going to get paid. Maybe you get paid by hour. I was a salary, so I knew what my pay was, but my husband wasn't, and his paychecks always fluctuate. So if you're in that situation where your paychecks can be different every pay period, then pull the average, pull your bank statement, take a look at the last 3 months, and then divide up the amount of money you earned into those 3 months, and then you can kind of gauge from there. Well, this is the least amount of income I can expect to receive. I'm going to budget with this. And that has really helped me a lot, because in the beginning I was budgeting with everything, with every single dime. And sometimes it was a little bit difficult, because either at the very beginning we didn't have enough money, because we were still like paying off things and getting ahead of certain bills. We're trying to stay on, like, be on time with some of the bills, because things were just a mess in the very beginning. But after I got the hang of it, I realized that we don't have to budget with every single piece of income that comes in. And I have a certain way I like to do it, but I'm going to budget for the least amount of income, and then figure out, can we pay all of the bills we have to with this little bit amount, and save some money, and still invest some money, and still have something to do fun things with? Take the kids out, somewhere, go out to eat. Can we still do things with this income? And if the answer is yes, then great. Try to budget with the least amount before it comes in, because what can happen is you could get more income. And if you've already budgeted for the least amount, and then you get more in your paycheck, then what happens then? Then you can use whatever. If once you've taken care of everything, taken care of your housing expenses, you've taken care of your groceries or your gas and tolls, if you have to pay tolls, you've taken care of all of those things on the least amount. Then if you have extra, hey, I can save more money. Hey, I can spend more on myself. Hey, I can take a trip or something. That's how I like to do it. And I would suggest that everybody try that way, to see if you can really make it. When you have a budget, you can really have more freedom. You can truly take care of all the bills if you put that in place. And then you can see if there are gaps. You can find out when you budget if, okay, I'm not really making enough, or I need to make more, or maybe I need to change my taxes and how much they're taking out for taxes. Maybe I should be in a different bracket. Maybe you talk to a tax advisor and see if this is this right, because maybe I could change it up. If you have a lot of pre-tax deductions, maybe when you start budgeting, you'll see, oh, you know what? I have this amount coming out for insurance. Maybe I need to talk to the air department or talk to my partner and see if we can switch things up a little bit. You'll find more ways to save. You'll find more things that you can cut out or cut back on or cut down on. And I mean, for some people who are number nerds, if you're a number nerd like me, you like to see all the numbers and percentages, and you want to figure things out and calculate again. You can do that, but it can be fun. It can be exciting. It can be fun to see where you can be 6 months or a year from now. I like to do an annual budget too. I started doing it in 2021. I think in the very beginning of 2021 is when I started doing an annual budget. And I said, this is like your annual spending plan. This is how much, the least amount we can expect, and we're going to work from there. And then if we get extra, then hallelujah, we get extra that we can work with, we can do other things with. But at least I know our bills are covered. We have a small amount going to savings. We have money being invested, and we're getting ahead of bills, things like that. It's exciting to see, at least for me. You let me know how you feel, but it's exciting to me to see that we can accomplish certain goals within the first quarter or half of the year, or by the end of the year. This is how much we could have, and you have something to look forward to. You have something to push to get there. And I get excited about the budget. I actually really enjoy doing it, and I'm enjoy sharing it with this community that's growing, because I know that there are a certain amount of people who are either inspired or get good ideas just from sharing your budget routine and your budgeting habits. Some people are getting free from the paycheck to paycheck cycle because they're budgeting, right? I'm looking at your comments now. I have variable income. I budget the least amount first. That's good. Then, if I get more than expected, then I put the money into challenges. And see, that's another exciting thing. Being a part of this community has introduced me to so many people doing savings challenges, whether it's digital or physical cash you guys are using. It's exciting. You can, whenever, now that your budget is secure, you can actually have fun with your money, doing fun things, saving for your vacation in a fun way. I think that's exciting. Getting into challenges was the best part for me, and I think I started challenges in 2022 for the first time, I think. Yeah. And I love it. I love it. Jeanette said something. I do an annual budget as well. It gets exciting when you see the whole picture. I know, and I feel so like, whoa, this is amazing. I can see what's possible through this budget. And I love working on the spreadsheet because you can do all your, decorating and percentages, and you can change your goals and see, okay, if I move the goalpost, maybe I can hit that target and I can hit this amount in my savings, or I can hit on in investing. It's just so much fun because now, instead of wondering where did our money go, what happened, we know exactly what's happening. We're more on top of it. We're more aware, which can be so freeing and relieve a lot of money stress. So I'm so grateful. And it's so nice to have you in the chat, Jeanette. It really is. So I didn't get a response last week for any other topics to discuss here on the channel. You guys, if you've been here, I'm really trying to simplify the way I do things, and hopefully just being myself here, because what we're sharing is, to most people, it's like it's so personal, but it actually helps people. And when I get those emails or when I get those comments, even messages through my website, like, this was so exciting, this was, I feel like it's worth it, because no one, especially women, which is, most, my audience is mostly women, like 95 to 96% is women. You guys need to know that you have power and you have the control to take control of your money, but I just need you to know that you can do it. Even if you start from with a lower income, even if you have a mountain of debt, even if you don't even know how to balance a checkbook, we can simple. So I'm going to be sharing my budget. I'm going to be sharing our investment goals. I'm going to be sharing how we're progressing with it, because I feel like people who look like me should still know, or come from a certain place, like a familiar place, should know that it is possible for you to pay off your debt. It is possible for you to save thousands of dollars and put it aside and not have to touch it every 5 minutes. It is possible for you to have a successful budget. And it's super important to not be afraid to look at your statement. You shouldn't be afraid to look at it. I was afraid in the very beginning because we were having overdrafts every single month, multiple times, because we weren't paying attention. And stress can lead to a lack of budgeting, but budgeting can relieve a lot of the stress. Again, it's not like, a budget is not Jesus, but a budget does put you in control. Desiree said, I'm trying to show the comments, but it's moving slow. I really think it's StreamYard. Because any other time I don't have these like lags and stuff. I'm paying bills as we speak and rewriting stuff. Do you get excited about like going over your budget again and like doing some revamps and like, creating and changing goals? Because I do. And before I went live earlier this morning, before I had to run out to take care of something, I was sitting down, I was writing out my April budget. I was creating my calendar. I was setting goals and I was thinking on it. I get excited about that kind of stuff. And I get excited about knowing I can pay my bills even a month in advance. Like, it's something about budgeting that really brings a calming, and it adds peace to you. It can't bring you the peace, that you need deep down, but it can add peace. It can make your life so much easier. Hey, Shalise, how are you? And I was talking about you maybe a few minutes before you came in. I think I was talking about my journey and how I got started. Initially, I was watching YouTube videos. I got connected to One Big Happy Life, and I binge watched their videos for like 6 months. And then I got led to Elena at the Organized Money, and I binged watch her videos. When I say binge, I mean I watched her for almost a year, just listening to her adulting series, how to get ahead on your bills, organizing your life and your money. And then eventually that led me to, because I started posting on YouTube, and then I think it was a year after I started posting that you and I connected and we had a collaboration together. It was amazing. But she was talking about investing, and from that moment on, I realized that the budget was the foundation, right? But you start to grow and mature in how you handle your money, not just budgeting it and paying bills, but saving and then investing, causing you to actually start building wealth from there. And then again, you continue to mature if you stick with budgeting your money, if you stick with it, if you continue. And of course, let God lead you. You'll start to see that there are more possibilities for growth. Not just, okay, I'm budgeting and I saved $100 and I'm paying my bills a week ahead or a month ahead of schedule, but now you're buying assets, like investing, or you're buying a property, or managing multiple properties, or you started a business. Because, and where did it start? Just having a plan for your budget, having a plan for your money, budgeting it out. It has really been a growing last 4 years. When I look back at where we were, where I was 4 years ago, and I compare it to where I am right now, there is such a great difference. It's not just, okay, I have this new budgeting book and I have workbooks out there. I've got savings challenges. I've got written books out there. But when I look at it, I have matured in such a way, just because, like, so greatly, because of the consistency and the discipline of putting a plan in place. That, I think, for everyone, you can start to grow and see more opportunities, more possibilities for wealth building when you start budgeting. So the transition from being broke, living paycheck to paycheck, to building wealth is such a great feeling. There's a lot of ups and downs because, again, any life happens, but you're putting the plan in place. I just saw something from Shalise. One hard truth is that not budgeting doesn't make the financial pain stop. Budgeting actually helps you face the truth and empowers you to grow, evolve, and win with your money. She just mic right there. Shalise just dropped the mic. I agree with that. It empowers you to grow, evolve, and win with your money. Because, and a lot of people have said, and I've heard it time and time again, it's like some kind of old religious limiting belief mindset that money is evil, and money is not evil. And it's not just, living in the United States and dealing with, all the things and whatnot. Doesn't matter where you live. At some point, you're going to have to exchange something for goods and services. You need to pay to live. And it's the love of money. The love of money is the root of all evil, not managing it, not budgeting it, not giving it, not investing it. It is a discipline. Okay. So, where I am not like this channel here, mind Your Money is not a lifestyle channel. We don't talk about cleaning, but if you have a cleaning channel, if you're sharing your journey with being able to declutter and organize, and maybe you have ideas and tips for people who need to maybe, I don't know, disinfecting and stuff like that. You have to, you need the discipline. It can't save, maybe it could save your life, but that's the important thing, is that you're doing it consistently. Okay, exercising, being healthy in your body. I feel like what I might be, it might sound morbid, but we don't know what life can bring from the next moment, one moment to the next. So whether we're talking about money, whether we're talking about cleaning, whether we're talking about being healthy, um, the only thing you can do is put the pen to the paper, right? Get up and exercise, drink your water, take your vitamins. We don't know what can happen when we go outside. We don't know what can happen the next day, but we are putting ourselves and our families in a position because we're taking control over it. Money is not our master, money is to be mastered. And that is one piece of information I hope everybody can take from this and from just watching my channel. Money is not my master. I am mastering it. I am telling it that I need to live. My children need to live, and we need to thrive in our lives. We are not here to just be getting by and, just living beneath where we should. So that's another reason why I love to budget. And I love what Shelly said there, because it empowers you to grow, evolve, and win with your money. Somebody ought to put that like on a notebook or a t-shirt. Put it on a t-shirt, please. Empowers you to grow, evolve, and win with your money. And budget, sharing our journey, what I'm doing here is not to showboat, to show off, or anything like that, because I don't need to do that. What I want to do is show people that it is possible to take into your money and not have it be something that is controlling your life, because money shouldn't do that. I used to be so scared to budget. I figured if I didn't see the debt, that it wasn't there. I spent years lying to myself. That's a topic, how to face your money truths, or something like that. That's a good one. That sounds like a good podcast episode. Something I've been thinking about for a while. You just have to get some things in order. But that's a good topic. How to face your money truths. Sometimes people are abused in their relationships, financially abused and taken advantage of. And they're afraid to even deal with money because of, traumatic experiences. And at some point you have to face it. You have enough is enough, because you have a life to live. Remember, life is going to happen regardless. Things are going to happen. It doesn't matter. It's not like, okay, if you have a budget, it's automatically going to save you from like you said, everything or anything that could happen on the outside. Same thing with exercising. It doesn't mean that life isn't going to happen, but you are in control and you have to face it. You have to live. And that's at the end of the day, that's what it's about. You were gifted this life, of course. So why aren't you living it? Why are you hiding and pretending that these things aren't happening? You have to face it, because there's risk and reward, right? You could start off living paycheck to paycheck, or not even paycheck to paycheck. Lynn Richardson is someone I followed loosely, but not so much right now. But she says she used to live paycheck to Monday. So from Friday to Monday, by Friday, you felt rich, you had all this money, and then by Monday, you're broke. Some people are living like that because they're afraid to actually face their experiences. And you've got to. That's the only way you can break out of any box that someone or life itself tried to put you in. I'm getting closer and closer to my 4th decade on the earth. And the closer I get, I feel more empowered to say it is not, I'm not what hurt me before, so I have to live. And even because I have children who are growing and I'm watching them grow before me, I know it is also a part of responsibility and my husband's to teach them that they can thrive in their lives and they can live the life that God gave them and they can fulfill purpose and they can do what they were created to do and not let anything hold you back and not to cower in a corner. And again, do we really need a budget? I feel like it's one of those things that starts off here. Like that's like this is this one small thing that we started doing and we continue to grow from there. It's just one aspect of your life. It's not everything, but I'm telling you, there's really great things that happen when we take control of our money. Really, really, really great things. There has been such an enormous growth for me personally in the past 4 years, which this is why I'm hoping that it helps. How to face your money truths. I like it. I like it a lot. That is a great topic. Hi, Bess. Good afternoon. I can't wait to hear how you put them together. This is just so amazing. And again, one of the things I like about, um, I really admire about Shalise at Mommy Trader, and lots of you. One thing I really truly admire is that it doesn't matter. Um, it matters that you share a part of your life that can help someone else, right? Because you never know who's watching you who's like, dang, I felt like that, but I was afraid to say something, or I didn't know how to get past that limiting belief, or I didn't know how to, sort this situation out. I didn't know that this could be hindering me. And you share something with your audience, and boom, two people, even if it's two people, 100 people, whatever, they get some kind of like revelation and they say, oh my goodness, I could be doing better in this area. And they start to get better and they start to grow. And that is like the one of the best feelings to me, one of the best feelings to know that you shared something, that you put something out there for someone else to be able to hear and see. And, God like moves on that and they work in that person or those people's lives, which is amazing. That's good too. Yeah. I'm working on that myself. Have you ever thought about talking how to manage your money when you have a loved one that's going through things such as illnesses or sickness? No, I haven't. That's a great topic. I remember when I started, I used to work with Primerica, and somebody I knew, the person died, and they didn't have life insurance. It was sad and it was hard because the person didn't have life insurance, anything in place. Basically family members were cussing each other out. One person wanted to do one thing, wanted to do something else. It was a mess. And then there was no money to like do what they needed to do. The person was living, I think they were living in the US, but they were from a different country. And they had to send the body home, but nobody knew who was going to pay for all the expenses related to this person's death. It was just a whole lot of mess. And it was sad because, just putting some plans in place could really help. I kind of, we use those type of stories when you're trying to sell a financial product or sell an insurance policy, because real life happens. It's not just, okay, I want you to pay for this thing for like 40, 50, 60 years. It really helps when you get to that situation, because I would hate to see more people mourning the life of their loved one, but then frustrated because they can't take care of the things that need to be taken care of because you're too afraid to put something in place, or you didn't want to talk about it because it was a morbid conversation or it makes you uncomfortable. You've got to face these things because it happens. Thank you for giving me that idea. Oh, let me me take a picture because can I screenshot on the laptop? I want to hold on to that so I don't forget. Here we go. That's a good topic idea. Thank you. So we have here almost 45 minutes or 45 minutes now. So I am going to sign off, but I want to say thank you to everybody who showed up. And Desiree, thank you for your comments. Thank you for that topic idea. Thank you, Shalise, for showing up and sharing gems as always, because you always have good things to share. And I just appreciate you. And thank you to Jeanette. Special thank you to Jeanette for showing up, because I was so surprised and so grateful that you were able to make a live. And oh, let me take a screenshot of some more comments here that I don't want to forget. I'm going to put the screen again as I get ready to end the live, because I definitely don't want to forget it. And special shout out to Mandy, who signed up for the membership on the channel. Thank you for being here. Let's see if I missed anything else. Yes, you are welcome. And I appreciate y'all for being here. Have a great day. Thank you for all the feedback. I appreciate the feedback. I appreciate the topic ideas. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Remember to mind money, you guys, manage it well, and live your lives abundantly.